I'm standing in front of my amphitheater of hunting stand location, the top of this ravine here. I've been through here a number of times with the saw. I've taken a lot of sticks out of here. I pulled a lot of them out. I burn them over here on the sides and get rid of most everything. This is going to be my starting point this year. I will show you a picture of a relief map with the outline of my area that I'm planning on focusing on to start. Originally, I left a lot of these elm trees and ash trees. These are green ash predominantly. I left them standing because I wanted to keep the licking branches around this circular pattern intact. But I'm kind of rethinking things, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to open up and allow more light to come down into the interior of this little section here. My stand is located over there. This whole area, when I first started, was a mess of autumn olives and multiflora rose bushes, which I removed. You may not realize it, but I took probably 100, 200 sticks out of this little section here. I made little piles for the bunnies. Got some autumn olives over there that need to be destroyed this year, regrowth. One thing I want to show you in this particular piece of this little area here, I have cherries, which I don't normally bother too much because I like for their soft mast in the summer months. I have a few hackberries, but I have a lot of very nice young swamp white oak trees. Got one right in front of me here. And I would like to bring more sunshine to the ground to create browse underneath my stand area. And I'd like to really open up the sky to emphasize and allow my swamp white oaks to grow. That piece of fence right there is the east and west running divider of my South 40 and my North 40. And when I bought my property, I loved this little ravine, but it was absolutely choked shut with autumn olive and multiflora rose bushes. I mean, it was a real pain to even try to get through here. Over here I got plenty of autumn olive regrowth that's going to get cut off. And I will treat the stumps with glyphosate. I worked this edge, this whole edge of the field edge last year, killing the autumn olives next to the field. It may not look like it, but I have cleaned a lot of stems out of this area to bring in more light. Now I call areas like this my transition areas between my food plots and my bedding sanctuary. But it seems that there's quite a bit of bedding going on, which is fine with me. I left this edge on this hillside thick originally. Didn't clean that things out very much. I still have a lot of autumn olives in there. I kind of use it as a little zone for cover for little animals, and actually I kind of used it as a dead zone underneath my tree stand for a south wind. A lot of activity underneath this honey locust beds and a lot of pawing around. I don't persecute honey locusts where I don't have to because deer love those pods. Deer candy, very sweet. This slope right here I worked over for the second time a couple years ago when I did my gem project. Took a lot of hickories out of here. That right there was one of the bigger trees I've ever hinged. Not sure if it's still alive. Well, I guess it is still alive. It has more growth on it. I do a bit of hinging. I don't go overboard on it. I'll share some thoughts on that in the future. Now, I hinged that big tree. There was a big elm to bring sunlight in. We got another big elm right here that I left standing intact. For me, it's all about diversity of woodlands. I don't persecute any one tree too particularly hard. I just try to do what I have to do to get some sunshine to the ground. Obviously, I've got more sticks over on the other side of the slope. I've been over there before, but that's kind of the direction I'm heading this year. There's an old ladder stand that I put in the tree a long time ago. First year I was a legal hunter here. I killed my first deer on the wall. Nice 140 class 10-pointer, 4.5-year-old. I watched him the year before how he used this ravine when he got bumped off of the property next door. And I set up for him the year. I think I got him on that opening morning, shotgun season. I'm going to walk up the hill to the field edge. Spot like this, I see white oaks, bur oaks, shingle oaks, hickories, cedars. Areas like this, I select my best trees and thin out some of the rest. There's an autumn olive right there. But this is the area right here where I persecuted them last year. My plans this year are to thin out some of these cedars, just to take them back a little bit off of my food plot. I say take them back, the cedars I'm talking, because I want to open this area up for shrubs like this one right here, Rus aromatica, fragrant sumac, And after I took autumn olives out last year, I went up and down along this field edge and planted chestnuts. This is the field edge looking back to the south. This little food plot right here was soybeans originally that were totally eaten up by deer, and I came back in and top coated it with rape, which turned out to be a pretty good food plot. Actually, the deer will keep eating these stems until they're gone. A couple summers ago I whacked the autumn olives out of this corner. You can see I still have a few autumn olive bushes around. You know, they continue to grow, you just can't stop them. You just got to come through periodically and nail them. The few that I did leave standing, I probably left there for bucks to rub their antlers on. But here's the thing, areas like this right here, field edges that were dominated by autumn olives, are now dogwood thickets. There's just no comparison for making habitat between Eurasian invasives that are garbage and native species like dogwood and aromatic sumac. Got a little cedar bedding area along this north edge of this food plot. I have thinned it out in the past. I've been through here once already, a couple, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Like I say, this is all choked with autumn olives. And now, it's deer habitat.